Senator Bob Menendez found guilty on all counts, including acting as foreign agent, in federal corruption trial. Federal prosecutors in New York alleged the New Jersey Democrat accepted hundreds of thousands of dollars in bribes in the form of cash, gold bars, mortgage payments and more in exchange for the senator's political clout. 3 New Jersey businessmen who were also charged, along with the governments of Egypt and Qatar, were the alleged recipients. 2 of those co-defendants, Wael Hannah and Fred Dabes, were also convicted of all counts they faced. The jury deliberated for about 13 hours over 3 days. "I have never, ever been a foreign agent," Menendez says. Menendez pleaded not guilty to 16 federal charges including bribery, fraud, acting as a foreign agent and obstruction. He said he plans to appeal his conviction and is deeply disappointed by the jury's decision. "I have never violated my oath," he said outside the courthouse Tuesday. "I have never been anything but a patriot of my country and for my country. I have never, ever been a foreign agent." More, what could happen to Menendez's Senate seat now that he's been convicted? He added that the jury's decision would put at risk every member of the United States Senate in terms of what they think a foreign agent would be. Menendez did not respond to questions on whether he will resign. He will be sentenced on October 29 and faces decades in prison. Calls to resign. Menendez is not required to resign despite his conviction, though could be expelled. Majority Leader Senator Chuck Schumer, Democrat New York, called for his resignation immediately after the verdict. In light of this guilty verdict, Senator Menendez must now do what is right for his constituents, the Senate, and our country, and resign, he said. Senator Cory Booker, Menendez's New Jersey counterpart, and New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy joined in the calls for his immediate resignation. If the senator refuses to vacate his office, Murphy said he will call on the U.S. Senate to expel him. Photo: Senator Bob Menendez arrives for his federal bribery case in Manhattan Federal Court, July 16, 2024, in New York City. Adam Gray/Getty Images. Photo: Senator Bob Menendez arrives for his federal bribery case in Manhattan Federal Court, July 16, 2024, in New York City. Adam Gray/Getty Images. The Senate Ethics Committee said it will promptly complete the investigation into Menendez's conduct that it undertook when the allegations against him first surfaced. The committee said it will consider the full range of disciplinary actions available under the rules of procedure, which include expulsion and censure. He is not required to resign despite his conviction, though could be expelled. Shocking levels of corruption. U.S. Attorney Damian Williams, whose office prosecuted the case, said following the verdict that this has always been about shocking levels of corruption. Hundreds of thousands of dollars of bribes, including gold, cash, and a Mercedes-Benz. "This wasn't politics as usual, this was politics for profit," Williams said in a statement. Because Senator Menendez has now been found guilty, his years of selling his office to the highest bidder have finally come to an end. Corruption isn't costless, it erodes public trust, and it undermines the rule of law. That's why we're so committed to fighting it, regardless of political party. Prosecutors claimed Menendez, 70, put his power up for sale in exchange for the gold, envelopes stuffed with money, checks to his wife for a no-show job and a Mercedes-Benz convertible. The FBI found gold bars and more than $400,000 in cash stashed in places including jackets and shoes throughout his home, prosecutors said. It wasn't enough for him to be one of the most powerful people in Washington, federal prosecutor Paul Monteleone said during his closing argument on July 8. Robert Menendez wanted all that power and he also wanted to use it to pile up riches for himself and his wife. More, Senator Bob Menendez bribery case, what to know as trial starts. Defense derided DOJ's case as cherry-picked nonsense. The defense, meanwhile, maintained that all of the actions in the indictment fell within the scope of Menendez's position and that prosecutors failed to prove he took any bribes. During his closing argument, defense attorney Adam Fee mocked the government's case as cherry-picked nonsense and accused prosecutors of fudging the facts. "The only honest verdict I submit here is to acquit him on each count," Fee told the jury on July 9. His actions were lawful, normal, and good for the country. Menendez declined to testify in his own defense. While leaving court after the defense rested its case on July 3, he told reporters, "From my perspective, the government has failed to prove every aspect of its case." He said he expected his lawyers to present a convincing and powerful summation and that the jury would find him not guilty.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also